It can do single pass shallow tillage. Even if necessary, this planter can be used for traditional or conventional tillage system.
তাতে অল্প সময়ের ভিতরে দেখা যায় যে আমরা সেই মাঠের থেকে কাজ করি, আমরা চলে আসতে পারি ওই সিডারের চাষে। এটি আমাদের উপকার। আর বছরান্তে দেখা যায় যে আমরা সেটার ফলন দিয়ে ছেলে মেয়ে পড়াশোনা করাই, আবার যা কিছু মাছে ঘর দরজা, তারপরে যে গার পোশাক আশাক, এগুলো এই খানা খাদ্য একটু উন্নত মানের এটা দিয়ে আমরা করি।
There are many farmers, those who are benefiting by using these implements. I could mention that about 150,000 farmers now is benefiting each year by using these implements.
This is one of our labs and actually a good example of some of the things that we do. What we're doing is we're producing an oilseed crop that can be utilized to produce energy. So our students, I think one of the advantages would be the hands-on opportunities that they have. The students will receive instruction, research-based instruction in the classroom, so there's some theory, but then we apply it on farm. The industry connections are fantastic, and I think that's what gives our students the competitive edge. But we'll weigh the seed from each drop tube.
I grew up on a farm and I knew I wanted to work in the agriculture industry. I heard about CVTC and about all the activities that you get to do outside of the classroom, and I thought it'd be interesting to start there and then decide where I wanted to go. There's a lot of competitiveness in the agriculture industry today, and the more education you have, the better. So I think that I want more education. You know, you can never stop learning.
In a straight line. There is talk of driverless combines coming. The combines can drive themselves as such with the operator just sitting there. And that would then work on the losses that you set up in the combine, what your acceptable losses coming out of the cab, and the combine can then adjust its speed to help with those losses and get every bit of grain in the tank that the farmer wants to harvest. The combine takes a sample out of the grain tank up to sort of 4 to 5 times a minute. And it just records the weight of the grain that it's taken into the sample, and then it brings it up on the screen either as an instant or as an average across the field. So the farmer has a good idea of where there's bad areas of the field which haven't yielded particularly well, or there's areas that have yielded very, very well. And what the farmer can then do is take that data, and he can then analyse his fertiliser inputs, and he can then change it across the field as he's driving along with the fertiliser applicator. The combine has what we call remote display access, and that helps our service department out greatly. But instead of one of our service technicians going out onto farm, the staff in the office could speak to the operator on the phone and actually see what the operator sees on his screen in the cab without actually physically being there. This field has been chopped, so all the straw that isn't wanted by the farmer is then chopped up into very small pieces and is then left on the surface to be able to be incorporated by the cultivations and the ploughs, and also it brings fertiliser as well because of the breaking down of the crop residue back into the ground.
Farmers to obtain more financial means to be able to buy their input supplies. So I think it's an integrated approach that will enhance the produce and the yields of the farmers.
One of the focus objective of this PPP project is to increase productivity. Of maize production and other rotational crops. And the second objective is to link to the market, linking the production to the market so that then the returns to the farmers are better. And the third and the most important objective is to actually provide food security for, first of all, for the farmers who are producers, and secondly, for the other urban dwellers and other people within the region.
I think one group is very important. These are the women and youth. What we also try to achieve is that they are more integrated into the production of maize, but perhaps also in other parts of the value chain. So it could be also that youth are going to develop businesses around seed improvements or input delivery. So we are going to try to work on the integration of women and youth also in this program.
Given the amalgamation of these significant partners, the Tanzanian farmer can and will remain at the center of the partnership. As the famous naturalist, poet, and philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The glory of the farmer is that in the division of labors, it is his part to create. He stands close to nature. He obtains from the earth the bread and the meat. The food which was not, he causes to be."